In the last few years, the cinema industry is experiencing seasons of sequels, remakes, and reboots of cult movies. The reasons are different. Marketing issues, nostalgia factor to appeal on, lack of ideas for new content, or just a passing fancy. This trend has also given the opportunity to old-fashioned genres and almost forgotten glorious movies from the past to shine again, and one of these genres is the detective story. Murder on the Orient Express by Kenneth Branagh is the second transposition of Agatha Christie's homonymous novel, following the 1974 movie directed by Sidney Lumet and starring Albert Finney. Hercule Poirot, the best detective in the world, while spending an holiday in Istanbul, is called back to England to solve a murder. He then hops aboard the Orient Express to come back to London, but during the trip, a mysterious traveler is murdered in his bed. To do justice, the Belgian detective will have to find the assassin between his 12 fellow travelers, but the investigation will bring to light a terrible crime, tainted by a painful grief that will even shake the foundations of Poirot's beliefs.
You tell your lies, and you think no one will know. But there are two people who will know. Yes, two people. Your God and Hercule Poirot.
Murder on the Orient Express marks the return of the detective stories in the major productions of Hollywood after Guy Ritchie's outstanding Sherlock Holmes movies, and hopefully it will represent the beginning of a new era for the transpositions of Agatha Christie's novels. This time, after the remarkable performances of Albert Finney, Peter Ustinov, and David Suchet, the role of Poirot is played by Kenneth Branagh, who also directs the movie. Branagh had to fulfill a very hard task: to put on the screen a movie based on an 80-year-old novel, which also belongs to an old-fashioned genre, and to make it enjoyable for the general public of the 21st century. And he succeeded. The director from Belfast achieved this result by perfectly balancing the dynamic writing of a modern screenplay with a classic and complex plot, alternating action scenes and long and immersive dialogues in a harmonious way. He realized the movie easily accessible for the audience and, at the same time, very captivating, immersive, and able to move the spectators with a heartbreaking story. The stellar cast is surely another feature that led this film to success. Movie icons like Judi Dench, Johnny Depp, and Michelle Pfeiffer, flanked by young stars like Tom Bateman and Daisy Ridley, keep the audience focused on the plot and give us incredible and moving performances. Branagh also paid special attention to the setting, filming on the Alps and in New Zealand, and the costumes, trying to recreate the style of the 30s in the most faithful way.
Good afternoon.
Ah, Mrs. Hubbard.
Good afternoon. There we are. Compliments of the Orient Express.
Thank you, Mr. Boop.
I am here for all of your needs.
But the most successful feature in the movie is Poirot himself. With the help of the screenplayer Michael Green, Branagh managed to realize a new and modern representation of the notorious detective. Hercule Poirot is a dynamic man that is living his time, that loves his job but is tired of it and of the subsequent celebrity given by it. At the same time, he is suffering for a lost love and is living a crisis of faith in God. His ADHD disorder makes his life difficult, but helps him to see the world as it should be, helping him to find all discrepancies and the smallest clues that will help him to solve the mysteries he is working on. His disorder influences his view of the world. The balance of justice must always be in equilibrium. He believes that only right and wrong exist, with no shades of grey between them. However, on the Orient Express, Poirot's view will be strained, making him fall in a deep crisis of conscience that will make him mature as a man. This representation of Poirot, who, behind his iconic mustaches, looks into the hearts of the people surrounding him, is distant from his predecessors, making him a complex character that fits well into the panorama of modern heroes.
You are holding a gun on me.
No, not you. On the world.
I exist in the world, do not point a gun at me.
The evolution of the character will continue in the next movie of the newborn franchise, Death on the Nile, which will be released in theaters in February 2022. And you? Have you ever watched Murder on the Orient Express? Are you willing to watch Death on the Nile? Let us know in the comments what you think. Do you have any suggestions for other movies to share? If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with the releases of our next videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Ciao a tutti.